What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, a poll that I posted on my YouTube channel the other day actually went ahead and sparked the concept of today's video. But before we go ahead and dive deeper into that concept, I do want to let you guys know that today, the developers over at DICE are going to be talking about Season 2 Battlefield 2042, all the plans they have for the future. I'm assuming content, bug fixes, whatever they have on mind, they're going to go ahead and talk to us live and in action. So if you guys want to go ahead and see my live impressions of this before I make a video about it on Tuesday, tune into my stream. I'm starting in about 2 hours after this video goes live, so at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, and the live event with the Battlefield developers is going to be at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, so hopefully I'll be able to see a ton of you guys tuning in. We could chat it up, we could see what they have to say, and we could discuss everything afterwards. Now, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, today's video was sparked up because of a community post that I posted about, I would say, close to a week ago on this channel. Now, I do want to go ahead and talk about this before I get into the reasoning to why I believe all of these publishers are completely ripping us off, and we have absolutely no clue. Now, the post was, do you enjoy live service with free DLC drops, or did you prefer the paid DLC content in the past? And to my surprise, I did not really expect these results whatsoever. I mean, 2% still chose loot boxes. I need to know who that 2% is. But when it comes between free DLC and paid DLC, paid DLC won. I truly thought that a lot of people enjoyed free DLC more. Now, I have said in the past that, I mean, why not just go back to paid DLC, right? You know, paid DLC, at least we got content. At least it was promised to us. At least we got something that was worth our time. Instead of the free DLC live service method where we are getting drip-fed content. You know, we get a game with 3 times less content than any other base model of those games. And then we get less content in the drops afterwards as well, because it's, you know, quote-unquote free DLC. Since we're not paying for it, we don't get enough content. So I think this is a proof of concept right here, that people are slowly starting to get pissed off with the free DLC ways, and they want to see premium content make a return. Now, I will go ahead and say that free DLC has brought one thing to the table that is absolutely fantastic, and that is games that are completely alive. You know, back in the day, one thing that really ruined the DLCs for me personally was the fact that not everybody had the DLC. You know, back in the day when I used to play with my friends, if I went ahead and bought the DLC, because let's say I can't say let's say, I am a hardcore Call of Duty fan. Back in the day, all the Call of Duty games, I got all the DLC for. Every last map pack. No matter what it was, I got it. And a lot of my friends, they didn't get map packs for, you know, Call of Duty. They weren't as addicted to COD as I was, you know. They didn't see as much value to each and every map pack compared to me, who saw tons of value because it's one of the only games I played on a day-to-day basis with Black Ops 1, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, you know, all those goated OG Call of Duty games. So the problem was I couldn't play with my friends a lot. The lobbies tended to die off later on in their life cycles because not everybody had the same map packs in rotation, so it was, you know, pretty limited returning back to these games 5, 6+ years down the road. And paid DLC also separates the community to a certain degree, so I'll be honest, I could see where free DLC is popular, and I see where I like it personally. You know, it's been actually pretty nice these past few years, even though it's a lack of content, to have everybody playing the content. You know, if a new map pack came out, it wasn't going to die within a week, you know. All these map packs that have their low rotations back in the day, you could play them a little bit, but after a week, you know, they're pretty much toast. You have to go back to the OG maps. You have to find a different way around things because, you know, finding these new map packs in the rotation is going to be nearly impossible. Nowadays, you see every single map these developers put into rotation. It might take a little bit, but everything will pop up at a certain point, and you'll be able to play them all. The only problem is the developers don't treat free DLC in a good way to the point where it makes it seem horrifying. But this right here is where the conspiracy theory begins. Now, again, keep in mind, none of this stuff is factual information. This is just stuff that I put together in my own head. I want to share with you guys, and I want you guys to give your own opinions on the topic as well, so we can form a discussion. But I'm starting to think that these publishers are not making these free-to-play options, you know, these free content drops, these free everything. They're not doing this so we can stop complaining, because you got to remember, the main reason why we moved over to this different, you know, live service model is because we were all complaining about loot boxes. We were complaining that our games are turning into, you know, gambling simulators, that everything is becoming pay to win, that there's a massive issue within the community. So all the publishers said, you know what, we're going to scrap these concepts. That, and obviously, you know, law kicked in, especially with loot boxes, and it made it a lot more complex for these publishers to introduce this stuff without it, you know, being considered actual gambling. So it was a pain in the butt for them. But I'm starting to think that they didn't change to this live service free model for their communities, for their fans. They did it to make more money on their end. Think about it. Truly think about it. Back in the day, when you spent $100 on a Call of Duty game, you got the game itself, you got some additional content on the side, whether it's a skin or some type of pack that you get within the game. And then, what else do you get? You get a premium pass. You get every single DLC map or DLC, map pack for free if you pay the $100 price tag. So basically, instead of, paying $15-20 for each and every DLC individually, you get like, a $15-20 discount for all the map packs if you just get premium. That's why people bought premium back in the day. That's why people got the $100 editions of these games for Battlefield, for Call of Duty. Every game that had a $100 edition, usually it's because it included a premium pass to get all the DLC content along with the game. Nowadays, you don't get the premium pass with the $100 edition, because now instead of paid DLC, they give us free DLC, free maps. But the problem here is that we don't get maps within the game. Doesn't that seem a little fishy? Doesn't that seem like a ripoff? I'm paying, current date, today, the same amount of money that I did back in the day, yet I'm getting 2 to 3 times less content. Yet the publishers have come out and said, we're doing this for the fans, we're doing this for the community. Well, if you're doing it for the community, wouldn't it be a better deal for us? Wouldn't you give us something more for purchasing, a $100 edition of your game besides just the most bare minimum, a skin that we're never going to touch because it becomes the most irrelevant skin out there? But if you think about it realistically, let's say from Activision's viewpoint, this is the smartest business decision they could have ever made. Basically, they are reducing the workload and reducing the amount of money they have to invest into this game, while still bringing in the same amount of income by finessing the community with a simple sentence. We're making this content free for the community. They're trying to win us over with kind words while they're saving themselves an extra buck. And they're not even being open about it. They could say, okay, guys, you want free maps? You want free content? Well, there has to be a downside. We're going to have to go ahead and remove premium from the $100 edition. You can't, obviously, because, the maps are going to be free, and we have to work something out here in order to get our money back for giving you guys free content instead. No. They just tried to finesse us, basically. And they did finesse us. It worked. It still works till this day. Nobody even understands the concept of what's going on here. That we are getting way less content. I mean, you would get like 12 plus maps back in the day if you bought the $100 edition of the game. Yes, it's $40 extra compared to the $6 product that you initially buy. But 12 plus maps, it's pretty decent in my personal opinion. What do I get now for $100? I get, access to a beta, which everybody gets access to now. Don't forget, there's free access to these betas. It's no longer paid only access. They have that where like one weekend you have to pay to get in. But pretty much everybody across the board now can get into these betas for absolutely no cost. You don't have to pre-order, you don't have to pay anything. You get to the beta. So that's irrelevant for pre-orders. You get the usual skins like you've always been getting since the beginning of time within Call of Duty, which once again are irrelevant because all of the other skins they make in the store and they make, in the future progress of the title. The art team obviously puts a lot more work and effort into that stuff than into the pre-order bundle skin, which always turns out to be irrelevant later down the lifeline. So once again, another thing that doesn't make up for the $100 price tag. What else is there? Please tell me what else is there. And this right here is why I personally think we are being ripped off as fans of these games. Activision, EA, they're removing these paid DLC content waves. They're removing the premium pass from these $100 bundles. With the mindset that, it's free content now. The community can stick together. Everybody can play the same thing. But we're getting so much less. We're getting nothing at the launch of the game. We're getting no DLC content along the road. I mean, how long has Battlefield 2042 been along now? We're almost a year in. We have one new map. And Season 2 is about to come out. And it's only one map coming in Season 2? Like, seriously, is this a joke? Back in the day, each DLC drop came out with 3 to 4 maps. I would much rather pay for premium in the $100 edition than do what we're doing right now. But this is why I don't think premium's ever coming back. Because once again, they're finessing the community. They are making more money, way more money, by not allowing us to buy premium by charging $100 for absolutely nothing, with everybody still buying in because everybody was programmed back in the day to get the $100 edition because it gave you the content, right? So everybody's like, okay, every year that comes out, we're getting the $100 edition, we're getting the $100 edition, we're getting the $100 edition. You know, it's on a repeat, and we're still doing that process. We're still getting the $100 edition, thinking that it's worth our money, when in reality, we aren't getting anything for it. Nothing, nada. They're never going to bring it back. Because as long as we keep buying into these products the way that we are, they are making more money for providing less work, less content, and less drive into their games. But ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for checking out this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like. If you hated it, leave a dislike. Also, if you're brand new, enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification button. Also, if you want to chat with us, do so. Twitter and Discord, both linked down in the description. And also, want to catch me live streams of video games over on Twitch. Link that is in the description as well. But guys, thanks so much for tuning in. See you all next one. Peace out.